What's up, meatbags? It's the chosen one of CG, the Chicano Stanley, the one.
What's up, meatbags? It's the often dweeby, never weeby, Wizard of Wordplay. And once again, I've hacked old Tony's feed to bring you my review of Neptunia Game Maker Re-Evolution, which I'll refer to as Game Maker from now on. Thanks to Idea Factory once again for providing a code. I, once again, find myself needing to explain the world of Neptunia, and this one didn't have such a beginner's introduction like Sister vs. Sister did. The game really kinda throws you into the world, which, if you've played the others or just know the franchise, you won't actually need the introduction. As I understand, the background isn't changed from what they tell you in Sister vs. Sister, but I'll explain it again anyway. The world of Neptunia is a world that is run by the goddesses, who represent the game consoles of our world. They need a certain level of buyers to have so much power, often having other enemies try to stop them by stealing the sales. Neptune is based off of the cancelled Sega Neptune console, while they have the other cities representing the other consoles, like Laystation representing PlayStation, Lu-Wii representing the Nintendo Wii, and Leanbox representing the Xbox. The story begins with Neptune traveling to this new dimension, which to my understanding is a copy of her original. There, she meets Pippi, Jaga, and Redio, who are personifications of the failed game consoles, the Apple Pippin, the Atari Jaguar, and the 3DO. They want nothing more than to make a video game, becoming the best sellers in the world, which Neptune and you will help them do as their CEO. Having only played Sister vs. Sister, I expected this to play differently from that, sort of a sequel game means completely different gameplay type situation. But the game plays very similar to Sister vs. Sister. However, there are improvements made that tell you they wanted to fix things, and not just run with what they had previous. Instead of managing energy bars for attacks, you can hammer the enemies and never need to slow down, which works best for my style of playing, which is press the button until they die. The link system also now gives a noticeable damage boost, and the more links you stack, the more damage you do, each one coming with a team attack on the targeted enemy. So while you're in mid-combo, you can shuffle to the other characters. Mid-combo with them, shuffle to another, and so on, until you've stacked a large damage multiplier and unleashed the finishing 4-person attack. Doing this also builds up the link bar, which when you unleash your strong finishing blow, will let each character all attack at once first, stacking up that high damage. I do have to say that the formula was a bit tiring shortly into the game. Combat can be fun, but sometimes some enemies don't attack, so you're just fighting hordes waiting for the battle to end. And every time a battle ends, the game locks you into a pose with the characters in a scene that plays, which there's not a whole lot of lines they say, so you're gonna get repeats pretty often. Especially with how often you fight in these dungeons, enemies will run up to you, you'll finish, and then another one comes from just 2 feet away, so you're fighting again. I wish the special after-fight pose was only after boss fights, making them feel special. But it's every single fight. I also don't know if it's common in the other games, or the nature of the story and the fact this is a copy of the home dimension, but I feel like the beginning areas and the other dungeons are maybe reused from Sister vs. Sister. I feel like there are differences, but I couldn't shake the feeling when I walked into a room that it was the same room that I had a boss fight in the last game. Like the last one I played, you can customize the look of each character, giving them a costume and 3 accessories. What's new is there is a motorcycle you can use in the levels. For basic exploration, even unlock a race for each area of the game. Or you can engage in the game development side of the game, making these fake video games for the people of the universe to play, make money, and then use those games to add to your own gear for perks and boosts. It's one of those types of mechanics you can really focus on to give yourself a large boost before moving into a new story section. Overall, Game Maker is an improvement for the last one I played. And the fun, game company, and other references are starting to rope me in. I'm beginning to wonder where the world will go next, and might even start wanting to catch up on what I missed. I would recommend Game Maker to anyone that played Sister vs. Sister based on my last review, or those that want a fun action RPG with ways to improve high damage on their characters. That closes another WoW review. Enjoy the free views, Tony. And as always, love peas, Djibouti and Greece. Still can't think of a good parody of that. Here's my review of Sister vs. Sister, and maybe a lesser review from Tony's channel. Goodbye.